Hey everybody, Mr. Cheeseball here, and I'm wanting to give you a warning about the interview you are about to listen to or watch here on our channel. The interview was done with Alix Lakehurst, who was known for the film Ski Wolf, but she is also an adult film star and adult model. So there probably is going to be a lot of adult language, and there's going to be a lot of sexual situations discussed. So, just wanted to give everyone a heads up. If that offends you, please click off right now. If it does not, enjoy the interview I conducted with Alix Lakehurst. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with Alix Lakehurst, star of Ski Wolf and proprietor of WeCouldBeNaked.com. So, Alix, how are you today?
Hello. I'm good. How are you?
I am good. I'm glad that we can finally get to do this, and full disclosure to the viewers, listeners, whatever. This is the second time we've had to do this because my dumbass forgot that when you plug speakers in, I cannot record. Or plug headphones in. So, since last time we started with Ski Wolf, why don't we start in a different topic? How did you get started with writing?
With writing? Well, I got a job at Mr. Skin, where I watched about 500 videos, counted boobs, butts, and bush, and they called them sausage, for a book that he was reading or writing. So I was a skin turn instead. He said. So I just watched all these movies, and then they hired me to do a little bit of marketing and freelance writing. And I was encouraged quite a bit to do the writing. And I got my dream interview with Christie and from there, that's how I got started.
That's good. And then you also, from there, went on to do Road to Christie Canyon, or did you do that first?
Once I got the interview, I did Road to Christie Canyon. After, like I said, as soon as I got the interview, I started the Road to Christie Canyon, and it was just basically I did all of her movies, and talked about her, and then started getting topless, and I got a big following, so that's how this all kind of started. Did you go from your writing to do Ski Wolf, or had you started to begun doing stuff for Score, Sensational, and XL Girls? I think I did Score first, and then I did Ski Wolf. I'd been doing solo and boy girl videos with a producer director outside the city here, and he introduced me to Score. So I got in touch with them. They hired me, and I also went to a lot of horror conventions. So Chris Seaver knew of me, and he was a big fan. So as soon as I became a Score girl, he called me and said, "Do a movie." So I did.
And have you seen Ski Wolf yourself then?
Oh yeah, I've seen it several times.
I didn't know if you watch the stuff you're in, not just horror films, but everything.
I will, like, if somebody wants to watch one of my porn videos, I will watch it with them. Sometimes I'll make them fast forward. It's kind of hard to watch yourself, especially doing that kind of stuff. But I did watch Ski Wolf just because I was proud of it. I was proud of Chris, and I wanted, to show him support. He works really hard, and I really respect him. So, yeah, I watched it a couple times. And then, people.
After that, you did Dead American Girl or Woman? I can't remember.
Dead American Woman. That was done by Peter Lambert here in Chicago. It starred Julie, I can't remember her last name right now, but Miss Julie Fabulous. And my only scene in it was I was in a cage naked because she was a crazy person and she was holding us in cages. And that was my only scene, but it was a lot of fun. Went to the Music Box in Chicago to see it. Yeah, it was a really fun movie to do.
Now, would you like to continue doing like indie and B-movie horror films? Or would you would you like to continue doing adult films or do both?
Both, actually, because I love horror. I think there's a lot you can do with it. It's a fantasy. So I would like to do some horror. The adult stuff, I definitely want to keep doing that because I've got some great ideas. I want to do it more independently, not so much big studio, and just see where that goes. Hopefully it'll go well because, you know, my train videos were just a big hit. And I'd like to come up with more interesting, innovative ideas like that.
With one of your train videos, I have seen several of them, but one of them that I thought was equally erotic, hot, and funny is the one where you have, I think it's a vibrator on the train. Yeah,
I've done several of those with the vibrator, yeah.
And the one where you moan really loudly and then just immediately cover your mouth.
Yeah, yeah.
I find that kind of funny, but also erotic at the same time.
Well, what happened was at the Lake Forest station, two girls got on and sat right across from me and faced me, so I couldn't get the thing out without them looking at me. So I couldn't really control myself. I tried really hard to not make it, and finally they turned around and I got it out, and I was okay. I survived. So, yeah.
And
it happens.
Do you prefer doing the train videos, or do you prefer working for, like, Score and XL and...
Oh, no, I love doing the train videos. I love doing those. I like working for Score. They're very professional. They have good males, you know, co-stars. And they pay okay. I mean, with pirating, it's really gone down. But yeah, I do like working for Score. I really like working for Sensational. I encourage everybody to contact Clint Works at Sensational and tell him that he needs to hire me. He says I'm too skinny right now, but you know, I'm not going to gain weight for him. I still have big boobs and a big butt. So I want to do that. But there's certain people I like working with. You know, I didn't like working with Bang Brothers at all. I liked working with a guy that is out in the suburbs. Really liked working with him, but I think he moved to Arizona. I have another guy that I work with frequently that lives in Milwaukee, and you know what, we just like when I do my independent stuff, we just collaborate and find out, you know, what would be the fun thing to do. What would turn him on, or you know, what I think the audience would like, and it's just a lot of fun, and it's better for me. It makes me feel like I accomplished something, you know, rather than just going and doing a fuck scene.
Now, if this isn't too personal of a question, how did you manage to lose weight?
I used to live with my parents. After I quit doing porn and was going to marry my ex-boyfriend, I moved in with my parents because I wasn't making money anymore. And they cook for an army. I mean, it's the three of us, and there's, you know, like, tons of food. So, and they always had tons of food, so I ate a lot. And then I moved out, started getting healthy, got some dogs, walked them, did some yoga. Yeah, and I just lost the weight. It just came off. So
you are attractive either way. I think you're very pretty regardless.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
And the people who say you're too skinny is not true.
I'm not too skinny. I still weigh about 140 pounds. You know, it's not like I'm maybe a size 8, 10. You know, I'm not a size 6 or 2 or 0 or whatever's in vogue right now. Yeah, I've got a nice curvy body. I'm still voluptuous and still have big boobs, like I said, a nice butt, 6 thighs. So, yeah, I don't think I'm too skinny either.
Are you sure the 140 isn't just in your bra?
It might be. I would say about 20 to 30 pounds is in my bra.
Do you have a favorite scene of yours, even though I know you said you don't like watching them, but didn't know if you had a favorite one you did or not?
I have a few favorites. The first one I ever did for Score with the computer guy. The reason why it was my favorite was because it wasn't like we were attracted. I mean, I'm sure we were attracted to each other. We were compatible. We hardly had to do any editing or stopping or anything. We did the scene in like 25 minutes and, high-fived each other afterwards, and it was great. And I did another scene with him where I played a nurse, and we were just so happy that we were working again together because we knew that this was going to be easy. Because sometimes, guys can't get it up, or you're just waiting and waiting. Basically, guys can't get it up, and you're just waiting around for them to do it. And it takes hours. So I just sit in the makeup room and chat with all the other girls, and you got it yet? And I don't really, I'm not a fluffer, so he's got to do it himself.
Now,
that's not my job. I'm not getting paid enough for that.
Now, is there a female equivalent to a fluffer?
You mean for getting girls hot?
Yeah.
Or I don't think so. I mean, I've had co-stars, work on me first before we shoot the scene, but it's only because they wanted to. It wasn't to fluff me up. Or I do actually make my own nipples hard. If it's too hot in there, or there's just something that's not working out. The lights are really hot, and you're really not concentrating too much on the sex. You're concentrating on where the camera is, where the lights are, where you need to be, what position is next, all this stuff. And so sometimes I have to do my own nipples, or I have the guy do them for me. But they're always happy to do it, Always really happy about doing it. So it's fine with me.
Do you have any interesting behind-the-scenes stories you're able to tell that won't get you injured or anything like that from your porn shoots?
Well, I can tell you about Bang Brothers. When I was doing Bang Brothers, the director was tweaked out of his mind. I don't know what he was on. It was probably meth or something, and he was just really crazy and running around. And he would shoot, and the guy that we did the scene with, he couldn't get it up, so he was in the corner most of the time. So Bunny and I just played with each other. And all of a sudden I felt, like a finger in my butt. And I thought it was my co-star, the guy, and I turned around and it was the director. And I was like, what? Aren't you supposed to be filming this? I mean, come on, man. And then a little later, I was spread eagle, and I was underneath Bunny, and I couldn't see anything, and I felt something funny on my leg, and I looked down, and this guy's smelling me. It was just weird. I was like, all right, man, you need to, take a chill pill or do whatever to stop being high and start making this movie, which actually turned out very well. It's very popular. But yeah, it was an unpleasant experience. Very unpleasant experience.
I read through your anal sense thing that you don't necessarily like stuff like that, so were you pissed because of that as well?
Oh,
with
the director
Bunny
that put his finger in my butt?
Yes.
Well, he didn't really stick it in my butt. He just kind of put it in between my cheeks, and it was a little low, because it tickles. And no, I tried to brush it off. I'm pretty professional. I looked over at Bunny, and she just rolled her eyes, and she said, this company is just really not professional at all. No, but what really bothered me was him smelling me and telling me I had a fascinating pussy, and I was like, you're just too high to be working, period. So that pissed me off.
Now, was Anal Sense your first big article you wrote for your site?
Yeah, it was my first one. And I think it's my best. I like it the best. Because it's honest. It's not, I think it's hilarious. Because I really didn't want to do it. And it wasn't totally unpleasant, but, when they asked me to do anal in porn, those guys are 10, 12 inches. I don't poop that big. There's no reason why I would have that in my butt. I just, and they don't offer me a lot of money. I said, you can pay me $10,000 and you can put it wherever you want. But I'm not doing it for this little amount you're telling me I could make, so, yeah, there was a lot of preparation in the anal sense. I didn't eat for 48 hours. I had several enemas. I practiced with butt plugs. Yeah, it was, it was quite an ordeal. But I did it.
And didn't you do a scene or two that did have anal in it?
No.
Oh, okay, I thought there was one.
Yeah, they say there is, but no. No, I might have stuck a vibrator in my butt for like a minute, but I think I did do that, but I've never done an anal thing with a guy or a girl. I have done men. I've pegged men, did dominatrix videos where I, wore a strap on and did that, but not me. Nobody stuck their thing in my butt.
Now, how did you come up with the name We Could Be Naked for a website? Because that intrigues everybody I've talked to, that We Could Be Naked is the catchiest title for a site ever.
Well, there's a song by Nitzareb, and they don't say We Could Be Naked, but it sounds like it. And so I like the title. I know it's long, but nobody else had it. It was original. Everybody loved it when I asked them about it, and it's catchy, it's fun, It's not raunchy, it's not like, Alex XXX does anal all day or anything. It's nothing like that, It's just, and it doesn't have my name on it, which I do have. I think the pay site is going to have my name on it, but it was meant to be a blog with pictures and little videos that I did on my own, and stories about doing porn. It wasn't meant to be a pay site, but now I'm going to do a pay site, and yeah, so that's how We Can Be Naked happened.
There's something coming up here soon, which I think is your birthday, where you're going to be 22, I believe.
Yes, exactly. I turned 22. Yes, it's coming up February 25th. And
you posted something on your site about this. I don't know if it's a ritual or...
No, 1 year, I was in LA for my birthday 1 year, and we were at the Kyoto Hotel downtown, and Graham Penante, Carlos Batts, April Flores, and a friend of mine all were in this hotel room celebrating my birthday. And Graham is he owns he's a good writer. You should look him up. He's excellent. I talk about him all the time. And he wanted to videotape me, and I'm very into exhibitionism. I like doing public nudity. I'm very careful about it, but so he videotaped me in a maid's outfit in the hallway, stripping, and I walked down a very long hallway, taking the maid's outfit off, and that was just a really fun night. So what I want to do, I can't go obviously on my birthday because it's coming too soon, but I want to go back and recreate that night. And yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. That's not really a ritual, but it could be.
That's actually kind of cool. Interesting.
Yeah.
Now, you did a video that I don't know how old it is or what, of you doing jumping jacks, I believe. And now, my question is, how did you not give yourself a black eye doing that?
Well, I couldn't do them for very long. They don't go that high. It hurts, but it's still pretty sexy and funny. I've also done dances. I mean, where I wiggle my boobs around. It's something my fans really like to see, so I did it. And it's kind of like a babe watch thing. Who I pretty liked watching them run down the beach with their boobs like jiggling. So it's kind of like that.
Well, I think, honestly, the difference between you and, not that I know many porn stars, but that you're actually having fun with it, and your personality comes through in the little clips that you do.
Yeah, I tried to be as real as I possibly could. Tried to be as true to myself as I could. You know, I'm a bad actress, so it's much easier for me to just tell the truth or, you know, be myself. And I'm a girl next door. You know, I'm not, you know, doing the dominatrix stuff was really difficult for me because, you know, I don't like, I would hit the guy and then say I was sorry, and the director would get all mad at me. You know, so I tend to like to just be the girl next door and be cute and fun and, you know, enjoy the sex and have a good time.
Now, I have...
Get along with my co-stars and, yeah.
I have kind of a bizarre question for you.
Okay.
Most of your videos, you are completely shaved except for one.
Which one?
I'm not 100% sure, but I know there's one where you don't have like a full bush or anything. It's just like a little tuft up top.
You know, honestly, I was probably lazy that day. Right now, I don't have a shaved, it's not shaved right now. I have a full bush. It's fun to shave because it feels good. It's all soft and, you know, it's sensual down there, but it's a lot of work. You know, I mean, it takes about a half an hour, maybe an hour to shave that stuff off. So I just, you know, when I took my hiatus, I just kind of just stopped shaving it. And some guys love it. Others want me to shave it. So, you know, it depends. Now,
you've been working on an autobiography, correct?
Yeah, it's going very slow. It's a little difficult because, I don't know, I had a hard time during my hiatus. So, yeah, but I am working on an autobiography. I want to go through my website and go through my posts and find the good ones and work on that. It's hard, but yeah, I'm thinking about doing it. I think I need a little more experience. Porn star lifespan, you know, and career span is 18 months. The competition is fierce. There's a lot of very pretty girls out there that all want to do porn, and they're younger or older. I mean, you know, it's just, and you really have to market yourself, and it gets stressful. And you know, for me, I did it for a guy, but it was all about. It was just too stressful. It was too hard to market. I was on the computer 16 hours a day. I was exhausted, and I wasn't getting paid as much because of pirating. I wasn't doing what I wanted to do, and so I just, you know, I retired. And then after the not getting married, I thought, you know what? I like doing that. I think I'm going to go back to it. And this time, I'd love to do my own thing. You know, I'm not saying I won't call SCORE. I'm actually thinking about calling them. I'm trying to go with sensational, but I would really like to do my own thing and have my own page site and do what I want to do.
Do you have anything you want to promote?
Well, I do want to say that on Facebook, I announced that I was going to do a video this weekend, and I decided not to. And this is getting more and more upsetting, but they don't care if you're tested. So I've had 2 companies call me and, you know, wanted to shoot, like, you know, the next day, and I'm like, I haven't had a test, and they're like, oh, well, you know, you're professional. And I'm like, well, does that mean that the guy that is going to do me just did another professional girl? You know, I mean, I've never had an STD. I'm not going to get one. So unfortunately, that's something that I'm not doing. But promoting, you know, hopefully I can get my website up and running again, you know, like looking better, and more train videos, more exhibitionist stuff, maybe some girl on girl, and boy and girl, and a page site. Awesome. So I'm very excited.
And just a reminder, where can they find you at?
WeCouldBeNaked.com.